If you are looking for the best benchtop planer, here's a list you must see. We made this list based on our personal preference and sorted it based on their features, prices, quality, durability, and reputation of the manufacturers. Also have included options for every type of customer. So, let's get started. At the 7th position of our list, we have the WEN 6552 3-blade benchtop planer. While I prefer high-end tool brands, DEWALT and Makita are usually my first choice. I know that many hobbyist woodworkers simply aren't up to paying the high prices for the more prestigious brands. In this context, I have to give the WEN brands its dues. In general, WEN power tools defy their low price tag and can, in many respects, proudly hold their own amongst more expensive tools. Though one must remember that this is a relatively cheap benchtop planer, not that cheap is a word that one can really use for these tools. At this price, no one can expect the same build quality as the top-rated tools that cost considerably more. Apart from the expected plastic components, there is one area of concern that I have to point out regarding the WEN 6552 benchtop planer. I've heard of several owners who have had bearings collapse, which is not very reassuring. There seems to be a quality control issue here, and the guys at WEN should take care of this, because in all other regards, this wonderful benchtop planer for its price. The good news is that WEN are very helpful in rectifying the situation, willingly repairing the defect under warranty. It seems as though the bearings will either break within the first few uses or hold up to regular work. I guess it's a question of luck as to whether you get a model with a faulty bearing. If luck is not on your side, you face the inconvenience of sending your planer for repairs and the possibility of transportation costs. Having pointed out my concern regarding the WEN 6552, I should emphasize that this is still a great product with features and functions to compete with very best. It is certainly deserving of a place on the best 5 benchtop planer list among the more affordable machines. The WEN 6552 is pretty lightweight 13 inches benchtop planer weighing only 66 pounds. This is good news for those in search of a portable benchtop planer, but it does suggest a less than heavy-duty purpose. Any benchtop planer in this price range has to be seen as a light to medium-duty machine. If you want to know the latest price of the WEN 6552 3-blade benchtop planer, then check the description box. Next at number 6, we have the DEWALT DW734 12-inch benchtop planer. This is the previous generation DEWALT benchtop planer. It has many similarities to the newer DEWALT 735, but does not have all the benefits. The good news is, being an older model, you are not paying as much for the DW734. This makes for outstanding value for money. You're still getting great DEWALT quality at a cheaper price. The DEWALT DW734 has a 15A, that means 20,000 RPM electric motor. From what we can tell, this remains the same on the new DW735. One of the key features that I liked so much in the new DW735 that DW734 lacks is the 2-speed gearbox. The 3-knife cutter rotates at 10,000 RPM with a constant 96 cuts per inch. This is quite adequate, but for the option for 179 CPI rate, it's obviously a big plus. The DW734 has an excellent 4-column carriage lock for improved stability without much chance of a snipe. It has a material removal gauge with an enlarged thickness scale for perfectly accurate settings. This model has the same extra large feed table capacity as a DW735. Fold-out in-feed and out-feed tables provide support for 33, though the tables are not as thick and sturdy as the more expensive DW735. There is a slight bit of wobble on these extensions, though it's not too bad for a portable benchtop planer with this capacity. While the DEWALT DW734 doesn't have the exhaust waste blower fan, it has an optional plastic hood. You can fit a vacuum hose to this, and it does an excellent job of removing the sawdust and wood chips, though the vacuum attachment can tend to block up. In all other respects, the DEWALT DW734 compares quite well to the DW735. This model has a 12 width capacity, maximum depth of cut is 1/8 inches with a maximum depth capacity of 6 inches. One of the advantages to the less sturdy table is a noticeable weight reduction. The DEWALT DW734 weighs a much more reasonable 80 pounds, though I'm not too impressed with the plastic depth adjustment handle at the top of the DW734. If you have already used any of these products, do let us know commenting below. It will help others to a worthy buy. The number 5 position is held by Power Cable Benchtop Planer. If you're looking for a light-duty 12-inch planer for your home woodshop, the porter-cable Benchtop Planer might be just the ticket. This planer has a 15-amp motor that produces 8,500 RPMs. It has a 2-knife cutter head and a depth of cut of up to 1/8 inch. The internal lock head clamp holds a workpiece in place better than standard rollers, minimizing snipe. Though the 2012 NV doesn't have a built-in dust collection port. Is this video making value to your search? If yes, please do like, share, and comment. The number 4 position is dominated by Makita 2012 NB 12-inch planer. If you need a thickness planer that provides extra maximum thickness for timber frame mailbox posts, say your heavy furniture, check out our 2012 NB 12-inch planer from Makita. This machine has an above average 6 and a 3/32 inch maximum thickness capacity, which could help you avoid running back and forth to the bandsaw. In fact, you may be able to pass your thick workpiece through and avoid the bandsaw altogether. This planer has a 15-amp motor that produces 8,500 RPMs. It has a 2-knife cutter head and a depth of cut up to 1/8 inches. The internal lock head clamp holds the workpiece in place better than standard rollers, minimizing snipe, though the 2012 NB doesn't have a built-in dust collection port. Is this video making value to your search? If yes, please do like, share, and comment. Moving on to the next, at number 3, we have DEWALT 13-inch 2-speed thickness planer. This 13-inch 2-speed thickness planer from DEWALT has a 15-amp motor that creates a 10,000 RPM cutter head speed and 2 feed speeds, 96 and 179 cuts per minute. It has a 13-inch weight capacity as well as a 6-inch height capacity. The tool has a 3-blade cutter head and features DEWALT's fan-assisted chip ejecting for hooking up your dust collection system. If you don't use your planer enough to warrant a dedicated space on your bench, you might appreciate its 24-inch wide by 22-inch long stand, which sits 30 inches in height from the floor. It has a set of lockable casters allowing you to lock it into place when feeding heavy materials through and then roll this heavy tool out of the way when done. If this is your desired product, please check the link in the description below. The number 2 position is held by CRAFTSMAN Benchtop Planer. As a reasonably priced planer that can handle up to 12-inch boards, the CRAFTSMAN Benchtop Planer is worth a look. It has a 15-amp motor that produces cutter head speeds up to 8,000 RPMs thanks to its 2-blade design. This provides 16,000 cuts per minute, which is enough for most light-duty hobby work. If you won't be using your Benchtop planer that often and are a bit short on space, you might appreciate the filled-up infeed and outfeed tables that make storage a bit easier. These tables do sacrifice a bit of rigidity over solid cast bases. However, the CRAFTSMAN can handle materials up to 12 inches wide and 6 inches thick. For boards up to 8 inches, there's a maximum depth of cut of up to 3/32 inches. Beyond 8 inches, depth of cut will vary. Is this video making value to your search? If yes, please do like, share, and comment. Finally, the number 1 position is dominated by DEWALT 13-inch thickness planer. If you're in the market for a high-capacity planer with plenty of features, consider the DEWALT 13-inch thickness planer. This planer can handle materials of up to 13 inches wide and 6 inches tall. The 15-amp motor spins a straight 3-blade cutter head at 10,000 RPMs. It can shave off up to 1/8 inch of material per pass and features an easy-to-read material removal gauge. You can also choose between 2 speeds like 96 cuts per inch and 179 cuts per inch. One of this planer's best feature is its 19 3/4 inch cast aluminum base. Not only is it a smooth surface for running your materials along, it can be twice as rigid as some other models. This reduces snipe and creates far more consistent results. In addition, the DEWALT planer comes with extra infeed and outfeed table wings. The tool uses a fan-assisted chip ejection to vacuum chips off the surface of the material and shoot them out of the dust collection port, making it more efficient than some of the competition. That's all for today. We upload product review videos in every single day, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for the upcoming video notifications.